Now then, you can't really see me. Now then, I'm just on my way to work, but I'm stopping off at a breaker's yard in Coppell in Chorley because the other day I found an amazing looking sink and hob and draining board from an old Westphalia build van. I'm not sure how old it is, but it looks pretty retro. I'd say like 70s or 80s sort of style, like creamy browny coloured sink. I think it's beautiful, so I got it for like 45 quid, and I'm just on my way to go and get it now. There it is. Needs a bit of a clean. I might need some sort of lacquer on some of the bits where the enamels came off. But it's cool. Pretty, like, not a huge sink, but a decent depth. I might actually be able to use both the sink and the draining board. I'm going to put the kitchen there. I think the worktop's a bit gone. It's a bit blown out underneath. And I'm going to need to give this a thorough test and try and source some like a grill thing for the top of it if I'm going to use it. Definitely going to use the sink. Maybe that. I'm not sure about that. But like, good find. So my van's dead. For a while now, it's been making funny noises when I've been trying to start it up. So like whizzing, like I guess teeth aren't engaging on a cog properly. Like maybe like they're just touching, but not quite. I never turn the key fully all the way around. It'd quite often do it. It'd be like zzz and like zzz and it wouldn't start. And I would turn the key just enough, it'd start. And then in the back of my mind, I was like, oh, I'll get that fixed soon. I'll get that fixed soon. And I left it a little bit too long. Now it's dead. So it's been a few days since it's conked out on me, stopped working. So at first I thought, oh yeah, cold weather, it might just be the battery. So I went to Euro Car Parts, got a battery. Like, I'll just get that 122 quid. Cheapest one you've got for the van. Paid for it, the guy went in the back. He said, do you need the battery today? I was like, well yeah, ideally I need to get to work later. I need a battery today. So he goes back out and brings me a Bosch battery, which was meant to be on sale for 250 quid. So I got a battery worth double the price for the one I paid for, which was nice. So I had a better quality battery. So I was like, yeah, sick. Let's put the new battery in. Took my old battery out. The battery that I had in originally was way smaller. So I think the garage that I bought it off, or the person who had it last, had just put the wrong battery in. So for starters, that wasn't helping. So I did measure the battery actually first before, and it was like sitting at 12.2 volts. When I tried to start the key, it dropped down to 11.9. So the old battery was done anyway. So I put the new battery in, connected it all back together, and I was like, okay, here we go. Nothing, absolutely nothing, just a tick. And yet nothing. And then there is a little smell coming from the engine, so low down, almost like an electrical smell, almost sort of burning. So I was like, okay, I reckon it could be the starter motor. So I have bought a starter motor and I am going to try and install it today. I've watched a few videos on YouTube, and it looks pretty straightforward, but you know, touch wood, it's not going to be a nightmare. You know what bolts are like sometimes, wanting to come out on vehicles. So fingers crossed it works. Here we go. So this is the new starter motor. I'd just been under the van and I was like, these YouTube videos look nothing like what I'm trying to look for under my van, so I've just came to look at the new starter motor to try and recognise what it's meant to look like. So just getting familiar with it here. So there's 2 bolts that attach it to the engine, solenoid, electrical attachments. I need to remember what those look like. Okay, and then the inside bit, what I'm guessing is this is the part that was not engaging properly with the van when I was turning the key, and it was just going zzz. So when that gets power and you turn the key, this bit here, this bit goes out and engages with the flywheel and gets everything going. So I think this wasn't getting pushed out enough, and it's now knackered, and maybe the solenoid's gone, maybe that's what the smell is. So I don't know, I'm not a mechanic, I'm just sort of trying to make sense of it all. So I'm going to go back outside, try and locate something that looks like this, figure out what size bolts I need, disconnect the electric stuff, and fingers crossed we'll have a success. So located it, looks exactly the same as the one I bought, found all the bolts that I need to undo, got my tools out, my socket set, 13mm spanner. Unfortunately, my 13mm spanner is something, looks like something that you'd get out of a Christmas cracker. It's a piddly little thing made out of rubbish metal, so I think it's slightly flared as well, so it's not fitting the nut right, and it's just not, I'm with the leverage to undo one of the nuts. It doesn't reach any of the other nuts. My socket set, I've got loads of great bits for the socket set, so all the right sizes, but the actual socket itself, the ratchet part is not, well, my one isn't a ratchet type, it's just the bar with the sliding piece that sort of spins around freely on the bar, if you understand what I mean. So I can't just like put it up into the engine and put it on the nut because the bit slides down. So I'm on my way to go and buy a decent 13mm spanner and a better socket, better ratchet that doesn't have the slidey bit, a proper ratchet one. So then hopefully I can reach the nuts and the bolts, undo everything I need to undo, and get it off. So sod's law, straight away I'm hitting hurdles, can't even get the nuts off to get to anything or get anything off. So I'm on my bike, going to the shops to buy some tools. Okay, so I bought a 1/2-inch ratchet, 13mm spanner, a better one, and then a long 13mm socket as well, so I can get, like, there's a bolt sticking out of the nut, and the nut's deep, so I can reach it. I've already got an adapter for that to fit that, because that's 3/8. So I have to take it home, see how it goes. There's the old one off. This took me hours. So fiddly, like literally just undoing some nuts. But so bolt there, a nut on there, a nut on there. But so excuse the noise. Yeah, that's took me hours. Now I've got to do all the same in reverse, and it's just as fiddly. It's so tight underneath the van. Right.
We got cold in your kidneys. We've been watching you in there.
So yeah, I'll crack on. Not much room for me underneath here. No jack, nothing on the main road. It's a bit tight. I know it's hard to tell, but you can see this area here. That's where I need to put it back in now. 2 bolts, and then just reconnect. This little bit goes to the bottom bolt, and then I've got to attach the earth and the power, and then it should be good to go. But yeah, it's just a little bit fiddly, so let's have it. Okay, so it's in. It's somewhere up here. You see, maybe see the shiny bits. All connected, bolts are back in, tightens up all the electric stuff. Reconnected. I've just got to put the battery back on and then see if I can start the engine. Fingers crossed. Okay, the moment of truth. My van has been stood still for days. Tuesday, it's now Friday. So I've replaced the battery, nice brand new battery. I've just done the starter mode, that took me most of the day. Okay, there we go. Yes, yes, sick. You beauty. We have life. Oh, stoked. Beast, stays in my hands. First time I've ever done that. I mean, it still cost me 180 quid, plus I had to buy a couple of new tools. Let's say 200 quid. Jeez, let's say 200 quid. But it is fixed. Beast. So happy.